right, Matrixx and Rhodes Show supporters. Well, we're going to talk about two things, both involving, well, Peter Doocy, a guy I like a lot over at Fox News. One of the very few guys that actually carries a pair with him every day, and he goes in with Karen Jean-Pierre, the worst press secretary since Peppermint Patty circled back into the mainstream media. Well, he called out Biden. And spun their own words against them over the I go to bed at 8 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whatever time after he eats his Luby's cafeteria dinner, he goes to bed. And Peter Doocy called them out, and it was hilarious because proud Americans drug Joe Biden. And while looking at this story, I found another story that is literally just breaking, and we're going to talk about that before we jump over to the other one. Peter Doocy actually broke this story a few minutes ago, and here it is right here. Now, we all know that George Clooney is a member of the Hollywood elite. He has been very vocal, very public in his support of Joe Biden, both vocally and monetarily, like a lot of these Hollywood a-holes. But he has now officially pulled his support from Joe Biden. And this is very interesting. This just broke a few minutes ago. And Doocy was the one to drop it. George Clooney put an op-ed in the New York Times. So let's hear this right here.
And this is extraordinary. Just a few minutes ago, George Clooney has posted an op-ed in the New York Times. I'm going to read a line from it. He says, I love Joe Biden as a senator, as a vice president and president. I consider him a friend, and I believe in him, believe in his character, believe in his morals. But he goes on to say he thinks that they need a new presidential nominee. Wow. Remember, just a couple weeks ago, President Biden raced back from Europe to get to Los Angeles for a George Clooney hosted fundraiser where Barack Obama was also there, Bill Clinton was there. Mm-hmm. George Clooney is now saying that after he watched the debate, he wants a new top of the ticket that is going to sting here at the White House and also in Wilmington.
Wow, I can't wait to hear the White House response to this. Clooney just hosted this fundraiser like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. We may have done a video on it. I can't remember for sure. I think Bill Clinton was on stage and Barack Obama. I don't know if Big Mike was there. I don't remember seeing him with Barack. So, but that is very interesting. The Hollywood elite contingent behind Biden is melting down. Now, if you're Trump, you want Biden to run. All right? I mean, you want the guy that can't complete a sentence to run, right? I do think he would destroy Kamala Harris, too. But at least she can kind of complete sentences when she's not laughing. Let's put it that way. So, this was yesterday, right? In regards to Jill Biden and what happens if something goes down past 8 p.m. when Joe Biden's at his best, I guess? Question mark? Does he have a best? I don't think we know. This is going viral, and this is absolutely hilarious. God, it's savage from Doocy. Truly is.
Well, he also said he's sharpest before 8 p.m. So, say that the Pentagon at some point picks up an incoming nuke. It's 11 p.m. Who do you call? The First Lady?
He has a team that lets him know of any news that is pertinent and important to the American people. He has someone, or that is decided obviously with his National Security Council, on who gets to tell him that news.
Folks, it's a bloodbath. It's officially a bloodbath. This debate exposed everything. I mean, again, if you're on the right side of the aisle, this is nothing new. We talked about it before he was elected, before you could see signs of dementia coming on with this guy. And it was baffling to me that people were putting support behind him. I didn't think he'd make 4 years, and here we are. I mean, who the hell is in charge of the country right now? So, just a little response here. I'd really like to know who is in charge. Just what I just said. We know Biden is not capable of performing the duties of the president. Will we ever find out who's actually been running the country? is crackhead Hunter Biden involved here? How far is his hand away from the red button? That's what I want to know. Do we literally have a coke hit? I mean, they found coke in the White House. Do we have a sumbitch running, or is Jill Alice Cooper Biden running the whole thing? Man, she looks like Alice Cooper the more I look at her all the time. It's kind of an insult to Alice Cooper. I'm a big Alice Cooper guy. So, yeah, Peter Doocy is a legend. Absolutely. I think so. Not to worry, Hunter is answering the White House phones after 8 p.m. He's up all night. I mean, the coke's got him up all night. He can do it. He can stay up. He can answer the calls. Nothing to see here. Not to worry. Quote, the First Lady, Peter Doocy off the top rope. I would have paid big dollars to see this live. Seriously. Peter Doocy's doing the Lord's work. Yeah. Doocy's savage AF. Absolutely. As bleep. Yep. He just doesn't give a rip. He really doesn't. Joe Biden's an absolute effing joke. Vote his senile ass out of office. Come on now, we all know who calls the shots, and his initials are Barack Obama. See, I tend to believe that too. I just think Obama's still in the White House. I've believed that for a long time. He's running the show. Wouldn't shock me if there's, they call probably some kind of a daily conference call where they sit down and talk about things. It wouldn't shock me if Obama's on that call every day, along with Bill and Hillary. That wouldn't shock me a bit. It really wouldn't. Peter Doocy always makes DEIKJP so nervous. She fell apart like usual and lied and babbled. Hilarious. Joe Biden is competent to make decisions no matter what time of day it is. You guys know I've been vocal about the fact I think Gavin Newsom's running. I think he's running right now. I think these appearances are really him on the campaign trail. I believe it. I truly do. So, does the White House have a designated bedtime emergency hotline? It's like that flip-up presidential guy in the old Batman series where he flips it up and he answers the phone or flips the button and comes on. Yeah. For people that's old enough to remember who Adam West is. Does White House have a designated bedtime emergency hotline? Imagine Jill Biden answering, hello, Pentagon? Joe's asleep, but I've got this. Where's the launch code cheat sheet again? Yikes. This is so bad for us. We're laughing about this. It's really bad. It's really bad. Don't worry, folks. We're safe up until 8:01. Does Biden's team consist of Hunter and Jill? Guys, I mean, there's people, they've been talking about the fact that this is, run by the family. The family's at work here, not Joe Biden. Good God. Little response from this this news on Clooney. Let's see what people say. They all just fall in line like sheep. George Clooney still hasn't forgotten that Biden disagreed with Clooney's wife to charge Netanyahu with crimes. And just like that, Joe Biden lost Hollywood. George Clooney has already lost all credibility to me. Cool, he is turning on Biden, but he's still a Democrat fascist prone to socialism. He's a socialist if there ever was one. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think it's hilarious they're all turning on him. I mean, it's really funny. 8 a.m., Peter Wood is belling from Joe Biden's train. When George Clooney steps away, he'll take Obama and the rest of him with him. Now it's just timing. I think Brock's out already. I think if truth be known, I bet Brock has told Joe he needs to step down. Question is, will he do it? I mean, they've got no chance. I mean, Biden or Kamala, they've got no shot. I do think Gavin Newsom gets them more votes because there's a large group of that Democratic voting base that believes he's a rock star. All you got to do is look at the hellhole he has turned the entire state of California into. I mean, seriously, there's shit on the streets, folks. Literal feces on the streets. Don't vote that guy in. but they think he's a rock star. He'll get more votes if it's him. But I still think Trump beats anybody that's put out there because there's just so many narratives that the Democrats no longer have control of. In large part, X, Twitter, Elon buying that's a big deal. If some fake news comes out, it gets stomped out within minutes on X now and shot down, you know? Tell me what you think. George Clooney is a rap. Peter Doocy is a savage. God, I love watching this just have a meltdown, except I'm worried about who's running the country. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.